What if the man sitting across from detectives, the grieving husband, the worried father, wasn't grieving at all? What if, behind every nervous smile, there was a performance, and behind that performance, something far darker? This is the interrogation of Chris Watts, the man whose smirk betrayed the truth before his words ever could. On August 13th, 2018, Shanann Watts and her two young daughters, Bella and Celeste, vanished from their Colorado home. To the world, Chris Watts, her husband, appeared desperate for their return. He gave interviews on his porch, begging for their safety. But those who watched closely noticed something odd. His tone, his posture, his inability to fake genuine fear. What began as a missing persons case quickly spiraled into one of the most chilling examples of family annihilation in recent history. Detectives invited Chris in. At first, the room is calm. Chris sits back, hands folded, pretending to cooperate. But we see the cracks almost immediately. Notice his smile, too frequent, too forced. Smiling where grief should be. This is what psychologists call inappropriate affect, when the emotional display doesn't match the reality of the situation. Why do you think he smiled here? Play detective for a moment. Was it nerves, or was it control? Chris Watts is not a man caught in panic. He is a man trying to perform normalcy. Narcissism bleeds through in every gesture. He focuses on how he looks, not what happened to his wife and children. Sociopathy thrives in contradiction. He insists he wants them back, yet shows no genuine anguish. He leans back, arms crossed, closed off from empathy. He laughs softly at questions that should gut a father's soul. This is the smirk of a sociopath. Not joy, but a reflex of arrogance. A belief that he can outplay detectives. Shanann's life tells a different story. She posted frequently on social media. Family trips, loving captions, the image of a perfect home. But beneath the smiles were subtle signs of strain. Chris was pulling away. Her attempts to hold the marriage together were evident in her texts, pleas, and her final days. Victims often miss the warning signs not because they're blind, but because they want to believe. Shanann trusted her husband, the father of her children, and trust, when misplaced, can become a weapon in the hands of a manipulator. Detectives press Chris harder. They ask him to take a polygraph. He agrees, thinking his charm will carry him through. But polygraphs measure stress, not truth, and Chris fails spectacularly. The calm smirk begins to fade. His mask slips. He shifts, stutters, and rubs his hands. The predator realizes he is now prey. Pause here. Look at his eyes. The way they dart, the sudden dryness in his mouth. Have you ever seen someone's confidence evaporate in real time? This is what it looks like. When cornered, Chris tries to redirect the blame, first suggesting Shanann harmed the children. This is gaslighting on the highest level. Even in confession, he manipulates the narrative, painting himself as the victim of a wife's supposed rage. But the evidence doesn't lie. Shanann was strangled. Bella and Celeste were smothered. Their bodies were hidden at his worksite. A father, disposing of his own daughters inside oil tanks. It's almost unbearable to process. Why did this case haunt the world? Because Chris Watts shattered the image of the perfect American family. Suburban home, 2 children, smiling family photos. It was a facade millions could recognize, because many of us project perfection online while hiding cracks beneath the surface. The Watts case forced a question. How well do we really know the people closest to us? Chris Watts's smirk is more than a gesture. It is the mask of a sociopath, a reminder that evil doesn't always arrive with rage or chaos. It often comes quietly, smiling, pretending to care. So when you see someone smile in the wrong moment, ask yourself, are they nervous or are they hiding something darker? This was the smirk of Chris Watts, a smirk that told the truth long before his words ever did.